Happy Father's Day weekend to everyone. Um, to all the good fathers out there who stay with their mates and are faithful, hard workers, um, provide for their family, um, just overall supportive, loving, um, help around the yard and cutting the lawn, fixing the cars. I am talking more about my husband. He's so handy and helpful. And he's a Mr. Fix It. So I do appreciate that. And a good father and very supportive. And yeah, fathers who are like that, um, have a good weekend, take a load off, and relax. So happy Father's Day again. Let's move on to Juneteenth. If you're celebrating or have the day off, relax, enjoy the day. Beautiful weather here today, very hot in the 90s and breezy. So the breeze helped. Um, Enjoy the day off if you're having good weather. I didn't learn about Juneteenth until I was an adult. And this is before they started giving a day off, or even I didn't hear it as much. So I learned about it in my younger days from work, from a Black coworker who happened to went to schools in a different state. She went to school in New York. And we got to talking one day, and she's the one who told me about Juneteenth. I said, I have not learned about this. And all the school books in the history class that I took in school from kindergarten up to senior high did not tell me about this. I went to college too. And then I'm like, why is this the first time I'm hearing about this? And she said, yeah, I learned it at school from my Black instructor. She said she went to a majority, the school was more so majority of students were Black. So he made sure to teach Black history to his students that were not in the history books. And these were facts. So June 19, 1865, enslaved African Americans in Galveston, Texas were finally informed of their freedom. And this is 2.5 years after the mark of the end of slavery, which was January 1st, 1863, I believe. So 2.5 years. And I'm like, don't tell me those slave owners knew and didn't tell these people. You know, back in those days, a lot of them weren't taught to read. A lot of things were kept from them. They're just the slave was a big money business. Black people were treated as property and cattle. The slave owners probably treated their dogs and their cats better than they did the slaves. Kept them there to work hard. They didn't get paid. They may have gotten some food or whatever, but they were treated horribly. And I thank God that my ancestors and all of that fought hard for freedom. I thank God for that. But yeah, I research history on my own now. I will go to the library. I read because the information's in the school. They just select what they want to put in a school. They whitewash everything. They don't tell the truth. So much things in America or even globally sometimes are hidden. They don't want you to know the truth. And why are they so scared of the truth? Is it going to take away their power and their riches? Because they stole most of the riches, stole most of the land. The land is free. It's God created everything. But they come over and they just take. When the natives and the people who were here before, they so-called discover everything, were here. They didn't look at land like that. Well, you could stay over there, we stay over here. But no, land, you got to own it. You got to land. They didn't look at land like that. It just was taken. Everything was taken away. We pay for our land now, and you buy your home now and everything. But do you truly own it? You still have to pay property taxes and stuff like that, right? So let's say you own your house outright, but for some reason you didn't pay the taxes. They could take that right back from you, even though you paid off your house. We're still in a form of slavery, but maybe it's not bondage. But there's places around the world that slavery still go on, still do. But I think in America it's more a mental slavery. They keep us. That's how they control, I suppose. But let me move on from that. I think differently from a lot of people. I look at life differently. Guys, try to enjoy the simple things of life. Sometimes the most fun things are free. Not always you have to buy something to enjoy something. I enjoy sitting out on my back patio. I see the hummingbirds come by and watch those little creatures come in, and they're always searching for the roses that are bloom, and the bees and the blossoms, the dragonflies, the owls, the hawk that go hunting every day in my backyard, the simple things of life. Enjoy it. Now let's move on to this ceasefire deal agreement that's supposed to be going on with Iran. It seems to be collapsing, y'all, because Israel last night attacked Lebanon, and some life was lost because this Israel leader, he has a campaign to destroy these people. And there's so much hate there, and I do believe that Trump had asked him not to mess up this deal. Don't fire on anybody. But this leader wants to do what he wants to do. He's gone rogue, y'all. And if Trump did not get involved in this whole war in the first place, okay, Israel, if you want to go fight and do what you want to do, don't bring us into this. It's just the baddest decision in history for Trump to get involved with this. Now he's trying to backtrack, find a way out of this, whatever. I don't know. The mess has been made. And I felt in my heart this deal was going to fall through because Israel is not agreeing to this. They want to fight. Y'all. But anyway, guys, enjoy your weekend. Personal opinions, remember. You like to hit like, share, hype. I will be so happy if you do, and I appreciate you watching, and thank you for listening, and y'all have a good weekend, and please stay safe. Happy Father's Day again.